So I got the rotors back from being resurfaced. Turned out nice. I'm going to clean up the edges and stuff, clean up the hat, and put a quick layer of paint on those just to make them look a little better. I got black paint for the rotors, red paint for the calipers. I know it's just a quick little fix, but it'll just make it look a little better. But yeah, I got some wire wheels, some abrasives, got some acetone just to wipe everything down with before I paint it. Front and rear, new brake pads from Napa with hardware, ceramic pads. I'm trying to beat the rain that's coming, so I think I'm going to go ahead and clean these up, get a layer of paint on those, and then while those are drying, start taking the wheels and stuff back off, clean these calipers up a little bit, see how much I can get done before it starts raining on me. I'm not trying to get these things perfect. I'm just trying to scrape the biggest pieces of rust off. The fact that I'm even going this far on resurfaced rotors is kind of dumb. It's very something I would do, because I always take things way too far and make a big deal out of something that should be a small job. Yeah, I'm not trying to make them perfect. Blue shop rags would definitely work way better for this, because these start to fall apart and make lint almost immediately, but apparently I'm out, so this will have to do. Alright, time for some paint. There's one coat. Give that 10 minutes to dry. Start taking the wheels off the front of the car. Looks like I might be losing the battle with the weather soon. I'm gonna put another coat on these rotors. Maybe I can get one caliper painted before it starts raining. Well, first things first, I gotta take these brakes apart. Take the pads out. So I just took that little pin out that goes through the slide pins for the brake pads. So that was the only thing holding these pins in. Now, if I can get these rusty pins to pull out. Yeah, they're not too stuck. That one's not. Someone just walked down the sidewalk while I was talking. And there's no one around me, so she probably thinks I'm losing my mind. Just talking to my own car out loud. You'll have that. I almost died. There we go. Now pads will just come right out. They're getting pretty low anyways. Yikes. Look how grooved that one is from me running it when the pads were all rusty, or when the rotors were all rusty. I'll spray it down with some brake clean first so that I don't get like any of the dirt and grease embedded in my Scotch-Brite pads that I'm going to use to scuff it up. I could take the caliper off and it'd make it a little easier to get around, but once I take it off, I know I'm going to leak brake fluid on it and everything else. And brake fluid eats paint, and the paint job isn't that big of a deal, so I'm not super concerned about it. I just want to get it kind of cleaned up and just get a layer of paint on it. So I'm just going to leave it on there and deal with the hassle of trying to move it around while it's still connected. These calipers are aluminum, so I don't want to use anything too abrasive on them because it'll actually put some pretty good scratches into the calipers themselves. So I'm just using this. And you should really be wearing a dust mask for all of this, because you definitely don't want to be breathing in this, well, any dust really, but especially brake dust. I'm gonna go put my last coat on this side of the rotors, and then we'll let them dry, flip them over, and start putting the other coats on the other side. All right, back to this. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. I may put a coat of black on this too. Red is definitely a little like darker than I wanted it to be, but it was the only red that they had there, so I guess we'll see what it looks like. Hopefully I don't get much overspray on the car. There's so much gunk on the car that it probably won't stick to it anyways, but if I get any overspray on it, I'll wipe it off with some acetone. It doesn't look too bad. It actually looks a little brighter once you get it out of the can. Yeah, it doesn't really look like the cap. That's good. I may try to take the other caliper off completely so I can take it inside and paint it, because it's looking like it's going to rain here soon. I don't know if that'll pick up on the camera, but I'm right here. And that's coming this way. So I'm definitely getting rained out here soon. Try to take this caliper off real quick and just finish everything inside, because I know the rain's going to come. Put the bolts back in the caliper just so it's solid and I actually have something I can push against, because if I tried to take this line loose while the caliper's out, it's just going to be flopping around all over the place. Try to find a cap here that fits pretty snugly over this. So these have been drying for a while. I did 3 coats, that's what it recommended, so that's what I did. I'm gonna flip them over, and still no rain yet, so start painting this side. Jack the back up and take these calipers off and take them inside. I think I'll worry about painting all this some other day. I'm just going to throw the wheel back on it so I can jack up the other side and take the other caliper off. It really is a shame that these tires are so dry cracked, because they're brand new pretty much. Like brand new tread. But this one's actually probably the best one on the car, and it's still got some pretty good cracks around the sidewall. Yeah, this tire is probably the worst one. Sidewalls, real cracked. Cracks all around the tread area. Huge cracks on the outside sidewall. Sucks. Brand new set of Michelins. Ruined. Alright, I got a huge mess of shit out here. I'm gonna try to get it cleaned up real quick and take this party inside. So I got everything carried inside. It's sprinkling right now, but I'd much rather try to get the majority of these sanded down outside so I don't have to deal with the dust inside. So I'm gonna try to do that now. Like I said, it is still sprinkling right now, so hopefully it doesn't get worse. Okay, it's starting to rain. A little more than I want. Alright, let's continue the fun in here. I grabbed a dust mask since I'm inside now. There's not quite as good a ventilation. Technically I should have had one on the whole time, but you know. So right here's the brackets, and this is where the pads ride. And there's some pretty thick rust chunks on there. And I'm gonna take a file and make sure I get those off of there completely. It will actually push these out a little bit more, and it will squeeze on the pad, and the pad won't be able to move freely. So you always want to make sure when you do a brake job that this is clean and that you have new hardware, or you at least clean these really well so that the pad can move freely in there. And then you also obviously want to lubricate where the pad rides as well. But yeah, I'm going to clean that thick rust off of here.